So folks, we're back to dinner parties because this video that I have today was supposed to be posted a long time ago in that video with Leonardo DiCaprio, the scene from Titanic, but I had these technical difficulties. But I overcame the technical difficulties, and so finally I can bring this in because I'd already done all the work. This is from a TV miniseries, John Adams, starring Paul Giamatti as the founding father of the United States and second president. This catches John Adams when just before or during the American Revolution, he goes to France to try to get military assistance from the last king, Louis XVI. And there he is at Versailles trying to deal with the very strange social habits of these French aristocrats. Also in the scene is Tom Wilkinson playing Benjamin Franklin, who has been in France a little bit longer and knows the ways of these people a little bit better than John Adams. So here's Paul Giamatti in John Adams.
Madame Helvetius observes that by your name, Adam, you are descended from the first couple in paradise.
Ah, yes, very good, yes. Yes.
No?
Yes, madam. Well, yes, my family resembles the first couple, both in name and frailty so much that I have no doubt that we are descended from that in Paradis.
Aucun doute, il descend bien du paradis.
The Chevalier de la Luzerne is to be France's first ambassador in the United States.
Ah, excellent. Well, I trust that you will press His Majesty for a greater commitment on our behalf. The immediate support of the French Navy is required. The promise of ships is all very well and good, but the actual appearance of them...
Il est ravi que la compréhension du traité est encore douageuse. Even in America, we like to keep our pleasures unsullied by business.
Tell me, please, how did Adam and Eve discover the art of love?
Well, I suppose that it was simply by instinct, no? Whenever a man and woman would approach within striking distance of each other, I suppose that they would simply fly together, no? Like two objects in one of Dr. Franklin's electric experiments, yes?
Madame Helvetius wishes to inquire if you have had occasion to attend the opera in Les Danseuses.
Dance.
No, I regret to say I have no ear for la musique.
Oh.
No, I'm afraid my occupation allows me little time for the finer arts.
Il n'a pas le temps. Il a beaucoup de travail.
No, I must study politics and war. You see, so that my sons will have the liberty to study mathematics and philosophy. And my sons must study navigation, commerce, and agriculture, so that their children will have the right to study painting and poetry and music.
Je dois étudier la politique et la guerre, et alors mes fils auront le droit, la liberté un jour d'apprendre les mathématiques et la philosophie. Mes fils doivent apprendre l'agriculture et la navigation, et alors un jour ils auront le droit d'apprendre la poésie, la peinture et la musique. C'est très organisé.
Très ennuyeux.
Bravo, Mr. Adams.
John Adams has one main goal in coming to France, at being at this dinner party, and he needs military assistance so that the Americans can defeat the British in the Revolution. And that's all he really cares about. Now, when Leonardo DiCaprio goes into the first-class dining room in Titanic, the rules of this game are more or less laid out for him. He knows, and they know, and it's understood. Not so in this scene from John Adams. When John Adams goes into this dinner scene, he really doesn't have the slightest idea what's going on with this people, and he realizes on the fly, while he's there, that he's being put through some kind of test, and he has to figure out the rules of this game just as it's happening. And he gets a few assists from Benjamin Franklin, and it's fascinating to watch him slowly sort of figure out that he's doing something wrong, and what is it that these people want from him. And when he realizes, he does it, but he does it begrudgingly. He doesn't feel like he needs to blend in with them or have them accept him as one of them. And so he plays their game, but he does it in such a way as he says, I don't like this, but I'm doing it because I have to. And that seems to be enough for them. Sort of like how Jack in Titanic did not attempt to try to pass himself off as an extremely wealthy society figure. John Adams does not pretend to be a highly sophisticated courtier. I said when talking about Titanic that there were certain things that these rich people would like to see in a poor guy. Well, there are certain things that these highly sophisticated French aristocrats would like to see from a very, well, let's say, primitive guy from the wild outposts of the new-founded continent of America, where people live in log cabins and wear raccoon skin caps. John Adams is willing to play up that idea of being a primitive, plain-spoken, rather gruff hayseed or hick, a noble savage even. But then I think there's something else. As I was, creating this video clip with these little captions, I noticed something that I hadn't noticed when I first picked out the scene, which is that there is something different, something else going on between John Adams and Benjamin Franklin. And what I finally decided I thought it was that John Adams had this confusion or admiration. He noticed that this kind of thing comes very easily to Benjamin Franklin. These people all adore him. They put his face on their dinner plates. And well, nobody ever did that kind of thing for John Adams. He was famously a curmudgeon. So I felt like I saw a certain element of John Adams just wondering about who this other guy is and what he's got. And it's maybe a little bit of envy, a little bit of admiration. There's something going on there. So let's talk about the different layers. I would say the uppermost and most obvious layer is his lack of patience for these people. He has a war to fight, a war to win. He doesn't have time to be sitting around eating figs and making up epigrams about love. And on top of that, he puts this very slight attitude of, okay, if you want me to do this, if this is the hoop I must jump through to get these ships from the French Navy, then I will jump through it, but I won't like it. and he will then make his little half-hearted effort at being witty. When you think about it, it's a little bit like Mary talking to Treebeard.
How can that be your decision? You must help! Please!
My friends are dying. We don't have time. And beneath all this is a kind of dim awareness that there's this whole world of people who are highly skilled in certain things that he very much is not. I don't think he exactly wants what they've got or wants to learn how to be this way, but he has enough common sense and understanding of human nature to at least accept it as a kind of independent magisterium.
Our project spent last year studying the Alaskan Exxon spill.
Right.
And now with all the Exxon kickbacks, and I'm trying to put together a group in June to go and study the whole coast, but I'm having a little trouble trying to get a boat. But I think it'll work out.
What?
Truthful Parson Brown, living in a southern town, for doing good and talking good, he was